Good morning! Battlegrounds changes. Let's go! First things first, Hamul is gone. So if your buddy is of a minion type that does not exist in the game, you can no longer abuse that with Hamul and just get a board full of Amalgadons. Can't happen anymore. Now here's some buddy changes. Millie, this poor squirrel bomb, has been nerfed twice now. Now, instead, it is on tier 4, as well as only dealing 3 damage, and then the golden version dealing 6 damage instead of 4 and 8. So went from 3 to 4, and now is dealing less damage as well. Illidan's buddy used to be a Tavern 2 and read Wingman gives immune while attacking for 1 attack only. Now instead, only your first minion that attacks in combat has immune for 1 attack only, and it is a tier 3 as well. This feels a lot better if you are facing a poison scam Illidan who has 2 spores that just won't die. Next we have Snack Vendor for AFK. Now instead of giving +1/+1, he gives +1/+2. I don't know how much better that's going to be, but we have seen historically just a very, very small change does equate to a lot. Captain Fairmount, Cariel Rome's buddy, used to give 3 minions +1/+1. Now, 5 minions get +1/+1. Definitely better along with the hero power for sure. Ticketus's buddy also got a buff. The text used to read, discover a Dark Moon prize from the most recent prize turn. Now you get to discover from the next prize turn. This could be really helpful in finding an ice block. You could probably greed a little bit more with Ticketus, or maybe that's just me because I simply and only greed. This is a pretty interesting one, because I recently only just figured out what Shutterwalk's buddy is actually capable of. Shutterwalk's buddy now adds a Battlecry minion to the Tavern, and also gives it +2/+2. Krabby for Tavish got a little bit of a stat change. Used to be tier 3, 5/3, and now it's a tier 4, 2/3. It's kind of similar to what happened to Promo Drake, where Promo kind of wasn't super great anymore when it was a 3/3 versus a 5/5. Don't get me wrong, the effect is still great, but it does feel bad to put in the middle of 2 units when it's only that size. However, the difference is that Krabby is a beast, so you can still buff it. George's buddy, Carl, also got a similar stat line change. Instead of being a tier 3, 7/4, he's now a tier 4, 3/4. Baby Elic for Zarella only got moved up a Tavern tier, no stat change there. Mishmash got a bit of a nerf, being on tier 3 instead of tier 2 now, and losing 1/1, so it is now a 2/2 when it arrives to you instead of a 3/3. Ysir's buddy also got a stat line change. Instead of being a tier 3, 3/3, it is now a tier 4, 6/4. Master Gadron, Vol'jin's buddy, is now tier 4 instead of tier 3. Arf, as I like to call him, Arfus is now a tier 3 instead of a tier 2. Tuskar Raider, Patch's buddy, lives on tier 4 instead of 3 now. Gallywix's buddy additionally lives on tier 4 instead of 3. Blurgle's buddy had a bit of a stat line change. Instead of being a 7/5, it is now a 5/4. Daryl's buddy lost a little bit of stats. Instead of a 3/3, he's now a 2/2. Millhouse's buddy, Magnus, is now on tier 3 instead of tier 2, which is super fine with me because I didn't think he was that good to begin with. I guess that's a hot take. Lich Basiel's buddy is now on tier 4 instead of tier 3. Delaying your Wrathweaver demon comp a little bit there. Both Scabs and Tess's buddies are both on tier 3 instead of 4 now. This is kind of interesting because you are going to get your buddy sooner, theoretically, than people whose buddies are tier 4. So you potentially could get someone's buddy before them. This may make Tess and Scabs slightly more viable again. There still remains that some of the buddies are specific to hero power and can't be used with Tess or Scabs and don't have a lot of synergy with other buddies. However, if there's a lobby that you have a lot of good synergy, this could be a good thing. Flight Trainer, Galewing's buddy, got a bit of a buff, +1/+1, which is a 5/4 now. Guff's buddy, Baby Kodo, cutest buddy ever, however not super effective, got a little bit of a buff, moving down to Tavern 3 from Tavern 4. Lady Sinestra, Deathwing's buddy, lost +2/+2 on the stat line, so it's a 1/6 now. However, you can get it earlier at Tavern Tier 2. Mr. Bigglesworth's buddy, that's a hard word to say. Mr. Bigglesworth's buddy, Lil KT, is now a 5/4 instead of a 5/2. Elise's buddy used to be a Tavern tier 3, 4, 5, and now it's 2, 4, 4. This feels so much better, and I'm really excited to play Elise now. Arana's buddy used to be on tier 3 with a 5/4 stat line. Now you can find it slightly earlier on Tavern tier 2 with a 4/4 stat line. Need's buddy has vacated Tavern tier 3 and moved on down to 2. Galakron's buddy used to be found on Tavern tier 3 as a 5/7 7. Now it is Tavern Tier 2 as a 3-5. Reno's buddy I'm kind of intrigued by because honestly recently I've just been kind of selling the buddy whenever I play Reno because it hasn't been super viable unless there's not really a line for me to play, or I'm playing like a juggler comp or something, or milking for some reason in this meta. I know. But Reno's buddy lives on Tavern Tier 2 now as a 4-1, so it will die pretty easily. And last but not least, Omu's buddy. It still lives on tier 4, but it does feel a little better to have a non-typed minion that's a 5-7 instead of a 7-6. I know I literally just told you so many numbers, but so many good changes. I think this will definitely help a little bit of the balance of the game, and these changes should be rolling out as we speak. All right, y'all, I will see you tomorrow on stream. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!